ladies and gentlemen, today it's your girl Kana. How are you doing? I hope that you are fine. Today I am with a beautiful lady and she is going to be telling us every single information we need as people who want to migrate to Kenya anytime now. I fell in love with Kenya so much that I am literally putting it into consideration to get a way of coming to Kenya. So if you can tell the people.
First of all, Karibu Kenya.
Oh?
Did they tell you that at the airport?
No.
No one has told you Karibu Kenya?
No.
Has anyone told you Hakuna Matata?
Ooh, yes. But no, Karibu Kenya. I think they have. My subscribers, like, they comment and they were like, Karibu Kenya. And then I was like, Jambo. And then they were like, it was a lot of Swahili. Sometimes you can't keep up.
Yes, Karibu Kenya. Karibu. This side of Kenya, it's a bit the rural side of Kenya. My name is Imelda. Hello, Ugandans, fellow East Africans. My name is Imelda Njoki. I am a photographer. And I was just ambushed by you.
Ambushed.
Yes, but thank you for having me in your beautiful space.
Thank you very much for having me as well and taking this time to be able to speak to me and give us the information that we need, because as people out there, I want to know, my followers want to know, my viewers want to know, and with the new people who do not know me, my name is Kana, and today you're going to be getting a lot of information about this place. So, one thing I have realized about Kenya, I will not stop saying this, it's big. It is so big, and the land is from miles and miles and miles. When I was like, in all the places that I've seen, it is so big.
Yes.
So the real question is, if I wanted land, as a person who has fallen in love with Kenya, if I wanted to have land in Kenya, because like I'm a foreigner and everything, is it possible? Can I have land?
Well, yes, it is possible. First of all, I let me just send out this disclaimer.
Yes.
I am not an expert. I am not a lawyer.
True.
I am just a layman who the first place we find or we go to for information is obviously the internet.
Yes.
And since this is something somewhat impromptu, and we went to the internet and dug, so yes, it is possible to own land in Kenya, but unfortunately, or as the law says it, I bet the documentation would be is where the technicalities are at, but I think you can, not through owning it through title deed or freehold, but you can lease land in Kenya for a period of not more than 99 years. Yes.
That is crazy. I thought that if I were to buy land in Kenya, I would have it forever. Yeah.
So I think that as an East African community is something that our leaders probably we could appeal to our leaders to really look into. Because if we can trade freely, if we can move within our borders freely, then I think someone should be able to relocate and permanently live in a different country. Of course, without having to get married to a Kenyan or married to a Ugandan or even a Tanzanian. I think it's something that they should really look into.
You know, in Uganda, when a person or a foreigner wants to buy land in Uganda, they have to, if like, let me say, people from the West or something like that, they get married to a native, a Ugandan, they have to do that in order to get land. You can't just come and you're like a foreigner and everything and you buy land. You can't. So is it the same here?
I bet that's the same. Because unless you're a Kenyan citizen by virtue of association, or you're married to a Kenyan or marry a Kenyan, or you're a Kenyan citizen, you have earned your citizenship through maybe the time you've stayed in the country. I think it's basically the same. It's the law. I find it quite archaic now that we are speaking about it. Like I said, it's something that really needs to be relooked into.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. So really, with all the things like that happen around us and everything, like, is there a certain land? I heard that there is some land that you really cannot buy. And like, if it's, how can we know which land to not buy? Because like they were saying that all parks and the national parks and everything. But then if I look at Kenya, I feel like a lot of places are national parks at this extent, because I was passing by Kenya and you would find a place and there would be like, that's a park, that's a park, that's part of the park. So how will we know which one to buy? Because everything is a park at this instant.
Well, we have vast land, especially this side of Kajiado. Like, again, I'm not an expert in this, but it's what I know. From a layman's point of view, there's public land and there's private land. There's private land. You see, as long as I feel public land, first of all, it's off limits for anyone, even a Kenyan. If it's land reserved for, you see, governments reserve lands for schools, for hospitals, for parks, for, like in Kajiado, we have land reserved for communities. There's communal land, actually, acres and acres of land that cannot be sold to individuals or is not owned by an individual. But you can buy private land anywhere, as long as the papers are right. Yes. And you need to involve a legal mind. I think once you involved a legal mind, you can now then know if that land is for sale or if it's reserved for public land. In Kenya, there's a lot of conmanship. There are many cons, so you really have to involve a legal entity. Yes.
So I'm curious. In Uganda, we have land that is for family.
Yes.
And that land, you can say that it's ancestral land.
Yes.
And in that land, a lot of, in fact, Ugandans have it. You can find that an individual does not have their own land, but they have family land somewhere in the village.
Yes.
You get me? So sometimes what I want to know is that, do Kenyans also have that land, ancestral land, where, because for us in ancestral land, we are buried there. You get me? If like we were, like I was to die, I would be taken back all the way to Busia. You get me? Because that is where my,
Oh, there's a Busia in Uganda?
Yes.
There's a Busia in Kenya as well.
Yeah, because like I'm literally on the border.
Busia border. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So, and I would be taken there to be buried because that is my ancestral land and I'm part of their blood and everything. So my ancestors rest there. So the real question is, do Kenyans have that as well?
Yes. But it's a matter of culture. Different Kenyan tribes share different kind of cultures. It's a matter of also preference. But yes, that happens also in Kenya. If I also died today, I'd be buried in my ancestral land. But some people choose to, like, there is public cemeteries as well. So yes, there's a lot of ancestral land. You can, as a family, you can decide to keep it as a block, or you can subdivide. And you can, now again, you see, if my dad has 7 brothers and they have say hundreds and hundreds of acres of land, they can decide to subdivide that, and then now each brother is in their individual land.
Of course.
Yes. So that happens. There's some also who have set up family cemeteries.
Yes.
Like if so it's quite diverse.
Well, that's nice. Really, we don't entertain a lot of that thing of cemeteries, because with us in Uganda, they the people who are buried in cemeteries really are people who were not identified by their families.
Really?
Yeah, maybe you died in an accident, things like that, and you were not identified by anybody. Then you are taken to the cemeteries. But people, they know you and everything. Usually people have their family land, no matter who. You can find people on the streets of the city and everything, and they don't have a single penny to their name. They don't have a single land to their name. But the moment they die, you will ask around, and they will be like, "Oh, they took them back to their ancestral land to be buried." Yes.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
So they are public cemeteries, but individuals who have family are not found there. Wow.
Who have land are not found there. And a lot of people in Uganda have ancestral land. We might not have individual land, but we have ancestral land.
Really? And let me ask, so in Uganda, are people selling land
Yes.
as much as people do it here?
People sell land.
Okay.
Yes, and it's expensive land. It depends where you are.
Okay.
You get me? Like they are rural
Is
areas.
is it happening a lot, or is it a business that is booming? Land sale and buying land.
It booms with people who have money and to buy the land, and people who have land are always selling. So it's really something that is booming. Land is a commodity, a very expensive commodity wherever you go. Yes.
So that is something similar.
Yes.
Because in Kenya people are also selling land a lot.
I bet in Kenya they are selling it more than in Uganda because the land is too big, guys.
Yes, there are people who own hundreds and hundreds of land, and especially now communities, like in our sense,
yes,
the Ma community, the Maasai,
yes,
they own large tracts of land. Like their area is very wide and vast, and now most people in most populated areas like Nairobi, they have very little pieces of, not so much.
Yes.
But now you find like now in the Maasai community, they're selling land more now. Yes.
Okay. Well, I have noticed that in Kenya, there are a lot of Maasai establishments. A lot.
Because they're in their county. This is their home.
You're right. Yes. You would think the whole place is Maasai.
I think Kenyans are Maasai. No, our Maasai, because they preserved their culture for so long. Yes. They have become our identity as Kenyans. Yes.
Well, because let me tell you one thing. I bet there are other people in Kenya, but I'm really just looking at the Maasai. I love them.
We all love them.
You would think I'm obsessed. Serious.
Yeah, like the story you were telling me about how you bought their regalia.
I love their jewelry. I love the way they look. I love the way they dress because they are very colorful. They dress up like kings and queens. For real. Yeah. When I went to a restaurant and they had like a shop, and the young lady, like the lady who was selling the Maasai things, was very nice to me, and she allowed for me to wear everything on there. So because I'm literally that kind of person who loves dressing up and everything, I wore everything. And I have never felt more like an African princess like I did in that exact moment. When I was in Uganda, because in Uganda we don't wear the jewelry. We wear like a traditional cloth called a gomas.
Is it the one with
yes, with the light shoulders, and that veil.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so pretty. Like, if you want to be, we wear that on an introduction, which is called Kwanjula in our country, where you do the bride price. Yes.
It's called the Kwanjula.
Kwanjula.
There's a Kenyan wedding show. that shows a lot of Ugandan weddings. So I think I have seen that. And in that attire is also very beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the culture where you're coming from.
Okay.
Yes, because in Uganda, there are 44 cultures.
Cultures, by cultures you mean tribes?
Tribes.
And each tribe has their own
culture, their own form of dressing.
Okay.
But they made the gomes real common that you will find.
Now,
even
which culture is that wears that?
Baganda.
Okay.
The Baganda. Yes.
Okay.
And they speak Luganda. And yeah, so the Luganda is really a very common language. A lot of people like speak it. It brings a lot of us together.
Okay.
Yes, but you would find the Banyankole, the Bagishu, the Basoga, the Basamia. Hi, Basamia. That is, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so you will find a lot of things, and every single person wears their own thing.
Oh, okay.
And then there are those ones who like don't have their own clothes and they still wear the bombers. Yeah, it's a very nice cloth.
Oh, okay. I think similar to here, we have around 44 tribes. And each tribe again has their own culture. Okay. So then for the Maasai is really popular because they have not left their culture.
Yes.
Like in a typical day, you'll find a Maasai lady wearing.
Yeah.
She's going around her business. It's not a traditional.
Yes.
For me, I come from a tribe called the Kikuyu.
Oh, and my mother is Kikuyu.
What do you mean? So you have Kenyan?
Of course, you don't you see the resemblance, love? Let me. Don't you see us almost being sister? You look so much like my sister.
Really?
Yes.
I'd love to meet her.
You have like a certain resemblance to Christine. So, yeah.
Hi, Christine.
Hi, Tina. I met your other sister.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So also from us, for us Kikuyus, we also wear those traditional regalia when we are in our traditional events, like the bride price, we call it Rorashio. I have a sample, I use some for photo shoots here, I can show you.
Oh, really?
Yes. Let me show you.
Let's see it. I need to see
it's partially like, let me show you. The attire.
Oh my god.
And then it has beads, such beads.
Okay.
And then you can hear that.
Yeah.
So I use this for photo shoots. I am a photographer.
How do you wear
hire? Okay, this is just pieces, but you can design. Nowadays, people are designing.
Yes.
It's not like the one you said for the Baganda,
Yeah,
where it has a standard design.
Yes.
So nowadays, you can get photos online. People are designing it anyhow.
Yes.
But this is the material, this is the color, and these are the beads.
Beautiful. Oh, I love cowrie shells, but people have made cowrie shells like such a thing to talk about in Uganda. Yes, they're like, oh, they are for witchcraft. Yeah, they're always like, oh, these things are found in the shrine and everything. But I love cowrie shells.
Oh.
I feel like they are just something, an accessory.
They are an accessory.
I do not believe that the cowrie shells are the issue. What you do with the cowrie shells is the issue.
The problem is. Yeah, people use beads for witchcraft, like we see in Nigerian movies. I don't know. So so this one actually it's my mom's.
Oh.
So she has a skirt, a similar skirt, and then once you wear the skirt, you tie this one at the front and one at the back, and then you have a top, as in the same color, the same material.
This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm a fashion designer, so it's giving me ideas. Maybe
I will summon you to a photo shoot.
Definitely.
And then you'll go to Uganda, a proper Kikuyu lady.
I should. I really love the culture, and so far I love the people. I love the way everything is, and I love the meats. You know, the traditional. No, the meat that has always has been on people's mouths ever since I came here. Nyama choma. My God!
Have you had nyama choma?
I have had a lot of meat.
Okay.
2 days, and I already feel like my stomach cannot digest any more meat. I swear. For real. Yesterday I went to a cafe and I was like, I just need a simple meal. And then they're like, so we have meat. I'm like, people, I don't need meat.
Yeah,
I
you don't
just
need any more
need
meat.
like something simple.
So yeah,
Really?
I think I would also want to come to Uganda to enjoy matoke, plantain.
Ooh, I love it. I love matoke. Matoke is it's my favorite food to ever have. Yes, I have not had a lot of like the traditional Kenyan food, but I love matoke. And with matoke, if you ever get to Uganda, have matoke and ground nuts. In fact, I had here they don't have ground nuts.
Yes, really. Well, it's not popular. It's not something we incorporate in our meals, in our daily meals. Yeah.
But something that I appreciated about like the Kenyan cuisine is that they put vegetables. On every meal that I have had, there are vegetables. And that is very nice.
Yes, yes. So nice, interesting cultural exchanges.
Of course. But it's all beautiful. But I really do, as a person who loves dressing up, I love having jewelry on me. Yes. So as you can see, I'm all pierced up.
Yes.
But with our clothes, we don't have much to like do jewelry. We wear the cloth and that's it. But I love the Masai with their jewelry. It always catches my eye with the headband and the neck thingy, and then the bangles. It's beautiful.
I hire for photo. Actually, you should do a photo shoot.
She's literally trying to win me into photo shoots.
You say you're a fashion designer.
Yeah. Right?
I'm trying to convince you after this.
Definitely, you try. You will not have to try a lot because I love photos.
Okay.
And so I love that.
Okay.
But one of the things that I want to know is that what is the traditional drink? Let's talk about that.
Alcoholic.
Ooh, let's first go alcoholic.
Alcoholic, like I'll speak in my culture, in my Kikuyu culture. Traditionally drink, it's a home brewed sort of alcohol. We call it Moratina.
Moratina?
Yes.
Nice. What's it made out of?
I don't know. Because ladies are not involved in it as much. But what I know is that they put in sugar, honey, and then it's fermented. Sort of. Yes, it's fermented. I don't like how it tastes. But it's also very popular.
Alright.
Yeah, that is what we use for our traditional.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well,
what do they have in Uganda?
In the other days, when we were young, it's something that I don't see as much these days, but they had this thing called Omwengo Muganda. Yes, Omwengo Muganda, which is totally something made from bananas.
A drink?
Yes.
Alcoholic? How do they make it?
I think it's the one that they stamp with their feet. Yeah. I have never tasted it, but when I was growing up, they had a lot of varieties of the local drinks. A lot of varieties. There is indica, there is mukomboti, there is... do you know mukomboti?
I've had it in a line of a song. South Africans. Yes.
Oh, they welcome mukomboti.
Everybody come and drink mine.
I love it.
Yes.
I totally love it. And yeah.
You love mukomboti, so you have tasted mukomboti.
When I was young, I tasted the mukomboti, and it was like a taste that is there is a drink that is very popular. It's in fact like their traditional drink, I think, with Western people, with the Banyankore, the Banyarwanda, and yeah. So they have this thing called what's it called? Obushera. And I love obushera. It's like fermented soy fermented millet.
Okay.
Yes, so it tastes very nice. You get me? And mokomboti is made from that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yeah, then there is lamara, which is got from a very long stick. Yeah, they get those sticks and they put like a hollow, it's like a straw, but it's for a stick. And they put it, and the mara is in a pot. So the men are usually sitting around it, and they are sipping from all the way from here, and the pot is all the way from to there.
I think I have seen either a photo of that, or there is also a Kenyan tribe that does that.
They could do it. It's a nice something, but
it's good for social.
Of course, it's good. You just cannot sit around that thing and not talk about things.
Oh yeah.
It's very nice for socializing, but it was something that was very common when I was growing up.
Okay.
But these days, if people are doing it, I don't see them these days. Yes. Right now, I think one of the things going around is like waraji, a very, very hard spirit. Like, it burns wherever it passes. Yeah, and people were, by the way, funny thing, people were using it in Corona. I, as a person, do not drink alcohol, but people were using it in Corona with the pandemic. And there was this rumor going on that whoever drank the waraji does not get Corona because it really did burn. Yeah,
okay. So it was burning.
It was burning thick. You get me?
Okay.
So, people had it. They got it and they were putting in this mint candy, the sweet peps, and they would maybe drink like a sip of the bottle cap.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was working. It was doing it really good. Yes, I could not stand it. I could not stand it. I had like a sip like this, and I was vomiting for 3 days.
Of course, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's not that
it tastes like bitter alcohol. They're not good.
It's not even about being bitter. It burns. It burns like a very, very hard spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, right now that is, I think, the common thing going around with the alcoholic drinks in Uganda.
Yes.
But with the soft drinks, because I'm a person who drinks soft drinks, and the only thing I drink is water. I have nothing to say about that. Really, I was out one day and I remember a friend of mine would always take me out, and he was like, so they came to ask for us what we would want to drink, and he's like, no, I know what she wants. She just wants water. And it was true. I was always asking for water no matter what.
Really? You don't drink sodas, juices?
I drink them, but I don't want to frequent them because they're like, soda is not very healthy. I would not want to drink it every time. I don't. It's in fact, I want to drink it on a wedding, an occasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
well, traditionally, most beverages, we say beverages are uji.
Uji.
Orange.
Ooh. In my language, it's called Ouji.
Ouji.
Yeah.
Uji is Swahili, but in Kikuyu we call it oshoro.
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 Yes.
Okay.
Oshoro, which is done by traditionally, or in those years it was done by women.
Yes.
With they ferment maize, and then they add flour, and then it's called oshoro kio. The process now is what they call okia.
Oh.
So they kia that oshoro,
Okay.
and then it is used traditionally, and then they use gourds to drink it. It's very nice. It's sour, and of course it's fermented, so it's sour and very nice.
Okay.
It's very sweet. You should not be Kenyan before testing.
I want to test it now. I think that it has like a kind of taste that I would love. I don't like sweet things. I love tangy things.
Yes, it's actually tangy.
Yes. So if I didn't have God, I would definitely be an alcoholic. It's for real.
Yes.
My taste is very on the other side.
Different.
So the one thing that is also perturbing people is that like in our culture, we kneel down when we are greeting, when we are maybe serving like an elder, yes, thanking them and being thankful, I kneel. I am greeting, I kneel. And for me, when I was living in Uganda, I thought our traditions were the same. I thought our traditions were the same.
Yes.
But I have found out that it's not the same. And I was talking to a Kenyan, and she was very perturbed that we need.
Of course, you see, I also changed my, because that's a big thing. Like that is that is one thing that Kenyan ladies are being beaten for. No, okay, they are being, for lack of a better word, like they are, like people are surprised. Kenyan ladies, we cannot.
You cannot.
We can never. You can never find a Kenyan lady kneeling for a man. Kneeling. No. It's not.
It's not even about like a man, really. In fact,
or for your elders.
To explain this better,
yes,
with the man issue, because people always come back with, oh, you kneel for a man.
Oh yes, because that is what we know. Actually, explain to us.
So let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
With the man, let me say I was in a relationship with a man, and maybe that my husband.
Yes.
Boyfriends, we don't talk about boyfriends. They are not. We are not even on the level of treating each other. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
But with let me say my husband, kneeling is optional.
Okay.
You get me? Kneeling is optional. Sometimes, if let me say, if you want it, and as a woman you're fine with it, you can kneel for your man. But better believe, if you start kneeling today, you will kneel forever.
For the rest of it.
Yes, because when you change that
then
cycle, then they will think that, okay, what is happening? Don't you respect me no more? You get me? So it's something that if you're doing it, start it now and you will do it forever. If you don't feel like you will not want to kneel when you're angry at him, don't kneel. Don't start it.
Well, I think Kenyan ladies are quite hard-headed, but if it's a way to show respect.
Yes, it's definitely a way to show respect.
Then we have our own ways of respecting our elders. Elders, let's not use husbands.
Yes,
that one again would be a topic.
It goes so far.
We wouldn't finish today, but we have our way of, for example, different cultures again.
Yes.
For the Maasai, I am not sure about this, but let me say, but if I found a Maasai elder, I would give them my head to tap. Yes, so that is how they show respect to their elders. For the rest of us, we just shake hands, but you can definitely bow down. There are many ways of showing respect. But Ugandans, first of all, that thing has been used against us. Why can't you be like Kenyan ladies? Why can't you be like Ugandan ladies?
For us, like it's something really that has been with us since the beginning of time. To if you were to come to my home, you're older than me, definitely.
Yes.
And I'm young and everything. If you were to come at my home, I would definitely have to kneel to greet you. You get it?
Would you to me or to someone who's
you? I would. Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
Kneel and greet you. It's a full process of us greeting people.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like Ela Deng Sanso Kulava. Yeah, balala. Others would say to Sangairo Kona. So it's a full process really, and let me say, if I were to come to your home or I'm at home and you have made a meal, after me eating the meal, I can kneel down and say thank you for the meal. You get me? And the word is like yes, so we kneel down
to say thank you.
Yes, to show gratitude. We kneel down.
And I think some Kenyan girls would be like,
Yeah.
that meal was very nice. Can I have some more?
You know, in our there is something called there is this word that goes around when you don't kneel, and there are sometimes my sisters are like there is a phrase that she uses, abakulu omanyi bamusabo. You get me? Abakulu omanyi bamusabo, which means you think the elders, the only elders are the only elders you know, the ones in the shrine. You get me? Because remember, in shrines, people kneel.
Okay, yes.
You get me?
Yes.
So if you give like something to them and you're not kneeling, somebody could say, abakulu omanyi bamusabo. Because maybe I'm not an elder to you, so
yeah,
you
so
don't regard
I would
me.
show you like you have disrespected me.
Something like that. So it's something that is like very good. In fact, for me, it's something that I had to like struggle with the kneeling, because we grew up and we know that we have to kneel. You get me? So when you find, you know, that thing of when in Rome, when you find some people and they're not of your same culture, usually I meet a lot of like mixed people, Western people, people who have like cultures that are different, and these people are older than me. But they expect for you to call them by their first name. They expect for you to not kneel, and yet because they are older, I feel like I'm being disrespectful. I'm like, oh my God, I need to kneel. Sometimes I remember I was in a scenario and I was in an encounter of this like elder person, and I think they were male, and I was like, maybe I should tell them like, can you let me kneel down for you like once, Because then, for real, I thought about it. I was almost going to be like, just let me kneel, get the greeting out of place, and then we will proceed. Because I felt my knees were itching just from not
so that
just from
has
greeting
really
them
been
with.
infused within you.
Yes, we kneel. We really do.
Wow,
How dare you go to a parent's place and you don't kneel? How they would go crazy on you.
I think if you want to rattle, if you want to rattle Kenyan ladies are good one.
Oh my God.
Well, but I think like you said, it's a cultural thing that has been infused within you so well.
Yes.
And for us, we are taught to show gratitude as well. Of course, you can be very humble.
Yeah.
I can tell you welcome. I'm very welcoming, warm around you. That is how I show my gratitude towards, or that is how I show respect to my elders. But you can also, maybe if you're greeting someone, you can hold your hand, you can kneel a bit, you can, you know, just a bit.
Yes. Just a bit.
Yeah, just to show respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember now it's not as common, but my mother was telling me that in their times they would, maybe it's like a person came at home and you had to bring them water for a drink. You would go with a cup, hand it to them as you kneel, you would hand it to them and you would kneel until they finish the cup. But then it's not, they would not take the water as sipping. They would take it, and then they give it back to you. So you wait for the kneeling. And I was really surprised by that, because I thought every other African person is doing it.
You come to Kenya,
especially,
but there are ladies who really, there are ladies especially in the coastal region of Kenya, coastal. Yeah. They do that a lot. They are really humble. Yes. They will welcome their husbands. They will welcome their parents. But I think as you come towards Nairobi, we are hardheads. Hardheads. You know yourselves. We are too liberal. I don't think we do that. But the Kenyan ladies do. Okay. Coastal region, and maybe sometimes people say in Tanzania, people are really respectful. Okay. But in Kenya, my people,
you know,
we need to meet
in Uganda. Kenyans, there is a meeting around here for the ladies, Yeah. And in Uganda, like we I think we are more, the ladies are more submissive.
Oh, okay.
Yes, really, because if I think about it, I don't know with other people's homes and everything, but a lot of us are raised up and we literally have that mentality of, at the end of the day, we are being raised up to be good wives. We get good women, humble, calm, respectful, all that. It comes with in the package when we are being raised up. So,
which is really good. I feel like that's how Africans are supposed to be.
Yeah.
That is, I think, that is what we were. That was their intention.
yes,
To bring up well-mannered ladies, submissive. Biblically, a woman is supposed to be. But I think in Kenya we are culturally we've caught up with the West quite fast.
So one thing that I have realized
Yes.
is that a lot of people are throwing away
Our
our
African
cultures
culture, yeah.
and our standpoint in the African society to acquire the West.
Yes.
But I'm not saying the West are not good people, no. But think about it before you do it.
Yes.
Think about it.
For sure, for sure. But also that is also another topic that is very wide.
Definitely,
Very
yes.
wide, because again, there are men who are really respected. Okay, yeah, we let it pass.
So guys, as you're saying, like, I think with the African people, a lot of us, in fact you even see it from the people around just us, the way we speak, the way we do things, blah 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 and all of that, we are throwing away a lot of our African ancestral roots for the West.
Yes.
Which is, I don't think like we need to throw something away to acquire something. I really do not believe in that. You know, just take it from the simple things of just yourself. For me, because like we have African hair, as you can see, I love changing my hair. I love hair. It's like something that I do to express myself and everything. But I take care of my natural hair than I take care of this.
Okay. Which, because your natural hair is you,
it's
African.
me.
Yes.
You get me?
Yeah.
And when I remove my afro, you will think like, oh wow. Sometimes I take so long for people to see my natural hair because I go and change it to back. You get me? But when I walk with it, my natural hair, people are like, oh, so good hair. Like, thank you for growing it. And I'm like, love, I grew it for myself, but you're welcome. They appreciate it because a lot of people have thrown away the natural
our natural
get the
African selves.
So really, I do believe that as human beings, we can acquire some things from everything, as long as you don't throw away the natural thing.
So yeah, when it comes to culture, definitely a lot is changing. A lot is changing, and some for taking a turn for the worse,
of course,
and some for the better. Of course, again, if we are to talk about the African culture, and how it has some negative effects, some not all, on women, and how they are viewed as. You know, again, that's a topic that is very
to
wide.
just point out one thing that I'm very grateful that the Western changing has brought up is to believe that women can also have meat, chicken, eggs. Thank you, God.
What do you mean?
Long ago,
yes,
with our people, women were not allowed to have meat, chicken. They were not allowed to have eggs. Yes. Like some before my mother, they would prepare it and it would all be for the man. It was there.
That is oppressive.
Yes. So I'm grateful because your girl loves meat. I love chicken.
Wait,
I love.
That is actually new. I'm hearing that for the first time.
It was not here. Oh, guys, this is what happens. I thought what is happening to us is happening to you.
No, I don't think women were denied in the the olden days. I don't think Kenyan women were denied certain foods. In fact, it was the men who would go to the bush to catch meat and bring it home, and then they'd share it. But it was negative to in the essence that men are not supposed to eat certain parts of the say, even if it's traditional event. Some parts were meant for the women and some for the men. And of course, nowadays anyone can eat anything save for those events. Yes.
Well, it was something in our people, and
I am shocked.
The women were not allowed to eat meat.
Okay.
Yes, and I think there was a lady that I heard about, and until now, she's like an old lady, and in fact, my sister was telling me about her, and she's like, she doesn't eat the meats, even if like right now it changed. She's like, she only eats the vegetables, the beans, and she's like, no, the meat is for men.
Okay, that's sad.
It's very sad.
But also very healthy to some extent.
Oh my God, meat! You need meat as well to be healthy.
Animal meat, protein, animal protein.
You need
There are
meat.
people who are vegetarians, and apparently vegetarians are healthier.
Really?
Apparently. It would take a medical doctor or a nutritionist to ascertain that.
I remember one day, like a friend of mine, who is, I think, from the west somewhere. I have too many, I can't point out which one. And I remember the face. He's like, oh, maybe we should get a salad. We went out, and he's like, maybe we should get a salad. My mind almost said this to him. Do you think I'm an animal to eat grass? I almost looked at him in the eyes, and I'm like, do you think I'm an animal to eat grass?
You can't.
I can't.
You can't be a vegetarian.
Wow, I cannot.
Okay, I don't think I also would, because we all die eventually.
But anyways, I respect for people like what they do
sure.
and what they like. It's just that because in the back then it was like whether you like meat or you don't like it, you will still be forced to be a vegetarian.
Which was quite unfair.
Yeah, which was quite unfair.
Yes.
I never knew that. It's like hard to people like need some things until you are restricted to do them. Like in the corona time, I never walk. I'm the kind of person who does not like leaving home.
Okay.
Live alone this time, because this time I started in the internet, so I move more often than I did. But in the beginning, I love my home. I love not going out. I'm a homebody, very, very. So, and you could find me, I would be at home for months and months, and I would not leave. And I would be fine with it. The moment they put in a lockdown, I felt like my feet were on fire. I wanted to leave, but I could not. I was in lockdown for, how long was the lockdown? 2 years?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
and some places
I never left the house for 2 years.
Wow.
No, I never left my compound. Sometimes it would take months before leaving the backyard to go to the front yard.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would always be in the house. And I remember the one time I tried, my father was like, you go back home, you go back inside. In fact, I did not even get out of the house. I was just getting ready, and he was like, where are you going? Because like in those times I was very asthmatic. Okay. So they were very scared that the moment I get vulnerable. The moment I get the corona, I would die surely. So they never let me go anywhere. Okay. Don't take walk, no nothing.
Understandable. Yeah, that is understandable.
Yeah, but then I remember one thing that I literally did, and I'm a person who sometimes I forget to be careful. I am guilty of that. Okay. And I remember, because like recently, in fact, when I was coming to Kenya, I got a drink from a stranger and I drank it. I realized that I could have been drugged after finishing the drink. So yeah, And in the COVID time, I think they were about to lift the
ban.
yes, and I was walking around the neighborhood. I think in that time it was like coming down, so I was late to go out, and I was walking around with my cousin, and I had wanted to get a nose ring. So me with my funny self, I got a guy who does the nose ring, and he was like so dirty and doing it with his hands, no nothing, no washing them, no nothing. And he literally gives me a nose ring. After getting it, I'm like, you can have corona right now.
You could have had it.
You can have it.
Yes.
I think about this when I'm done.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty later.
But guys,
like in Kenya, we say kesi badai.
Yeah.
So as in, what that means is that I will do.
Yes.
And then think about the consequences later.
So another thing that I really want to talk about before we wind up is, let's talk about waistbands. In Kenya, do they wear them?
Culturally, there are some ladies. You know, it's a sign of beauty. Maybe to others, it was a sign that this one is married. I don't know, this one is a virgin. Those are stories that I just hear. I am not so sure about. But there are people who wear waistbands in Kenya because they have flat tummies. For them, it's just something of beauty. Yes. And now there's also another category of people who think that is witchcraft.
Oh, witchcraft. So this is how different it is to Uganda.
Yes. Okay.
They think a person who wears waistbands is a prostitute. Yes. Okay. And your girl loves them. Okay. You get me? Yes. And I don't care about what people think. I got one. I got the worst backlash ever. I still got one. And I will not stop because I don't care.
So people actually think when you wear
they think
you're a prostitute?
But and then the anklets as well
yes.
in Uganda, they also think that the people who wear them are somehow prostitutes. They sell themselves. Okay. But anklets, I heard that in the Kikuyu thingy, they wear anklets for beauty. Yes. So it's really about cultures. It has nothing to do about prostitution and everything.
Yes, and witchcraft. It has and witchcraft. But there are people who say that, some people, like I have a friend who she has a flat tummy.
Flat.
Yes. But she wears that to gauge whether her tummy is growing. Oh. So she just wears it. When it's a bit loose, it's okay. And then when the day it feels tight, now that's the time for her to diet. Yeah, because her stomach is getting. Oh. So people do things for people.
So for me, I was not even like thinking about, because like my stomach is tiny, blah blah blah. No. I love it, and I feel like it's beautiful and sexy.
Fashion.
You get me?
Yeah.
And then when I was wearing something like that, I was getting backlash and everything. So I'm like, so they asked me, why are you even wearing that to begin with? And I'm like, I feel it's nice and sexy. But then they're like, nobody's going to even see it. But it's not because I want people to find me sexy in it. It's because when I wear it, feel like nice and it's beautiful. It's like literally like an earring or a necklace.
It's a jewelry.
It's a jewelry. Something. I know, right? Yeah. But people have like such a big stigma on anklets, on waistbands, and so far I'm pushing all the boundaries.
Yeah, like I'm sure in America, if you wear a waistband, people would actually photograph you.
Of course.
Because it's beautiful. What is that? Can I have it? But in some parts of Africa.
Yes. Truth is, to be told, I want, usually, even if I think about the countries that I want to visit, they're the ones who have a culture of wearing jewelry. Yes, so India, I don't, it's not like something that I would like to see the country or anything, but I would just go to wear their clothes. Their traditional clothes. I love how they put all the jewelry on themselves.
And waistbands.
And then I love Nigeria because of their traditional clothes. The waistbands, the big ones in the waist, and their clothes, and then like the whole outfit is to die for.
Yes.
So the
sure.
more jewelry you put on and colorful,
the more your girl
wants to come to your country. Amen. She gets me.
Oh
so
wow,
much.
that's really that's a very interesting perspective.
It is really
very interesting. You see, if I want to go to different countries,
yes.
I would want to go for like to exchange those cultural things, and also for I think for the beauty of the country.
Of course.
Like I'd want to go to South Africa.
South Africa.
Because I feel like they are more on the first world side than most Africans are. I would also like to go to Morocco. Because I feel like the atmosphere at Morocco is quite different. The beaches, wow, but interesting perspective.
Yes.
Actually, this is the first time I'm hearing that someone would want to go to a certain country
just
for the attire, for the regalia. You're
attire.
such a fashion designer.
I love it. The more colorful, the more just something that when people like have, they just express themselves through these things. I love it. And if I could, I would be dressed up every single day like that in attires like jewelry, flowing with just adornments from up to down.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
And mostly nature. I love nature a lot. So I am very attracted to countries that have a lot of nature, a lot of green. I love green and water.
Okay.
Yes, so I think I will be visiting a lot of countries with water, green, and jewelry.
Oh wow. And for me, it's the people. I think I like even sitting down here with you and exchanging those cultural.
Yes.
And I love how, like they say, blacks are blacks.
Yes.
They're all one.
Yes.
So the people, our cultures, we as persons, our different perspective towards life. I'd visit for such and many conversations. And the politics, I love politics.
Politics. Let's not go into politics. People fight for politics.
Yes.
Two things people fight for: politics and relationships. End of conversation. And money as well.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
But anyways, guys, that was it for the day. I had like such a nice time today. I did not expect for the day to go like this.
I also didn't expect it to. You see, I was coming to be your videographer.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be on this side of the
So
camera.
yeah, guys, and really, this is one of my dreams. I look like, if I think about it, it's something that I've always wanted. If I have like a talk show of some kind, yes, and I have like my own talk show, that would be the most beautiful thing.
I think
Because
it has just started today.
guys, we are manifesting. Because do you first of all see how beautiful I look? And
Indeed, you look very
our beautiful lady here, we both look so good.
And we didn't even know we would wear the same kind of clothes.
We are such a power couple. Yeah, true.
Whatever it's done.
So guys, as you can see, we are both the power ladies. Who rule the world? Who run the world, girls? Like seriously, we are dressed up the same and everything. And I have had such a blast. I have learned so much. And this is literally as the beginning of the future talk show that I will be having, because I want one. If you know how I can get one, call me. Yes.
You just have your own. I think you're already on the way. Yes.
Yeah, I would want to like one for TV. Yes, just those ones on TV.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I would definitely love that. It's a dream of mine. Yeah, it's really a very big dream.
When you go to Uganda, I love Ugandan music a lot.
Oh, I love Ugandan music as well.
And what else do I love? I would also love to visit. I hear it's very green.
Very, very green. I live, my front yard is a forest.
Oh wow, wow, that's something I'd want to come and see.
And one of the things that I love to do, go in there and sing.
sing?
Yes, I sing.
Okay. Oh,
So
you
that-
sing?
I sing.
Maybe you should burst one Ugandan song before you.
Really?
Which one do
Oh
I
my
know? Which one do
god.
I know? I love Jose Kabili.
Ooh.
And I used to love radio. And we said, "Are you ready,
Baby girl, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Wizard. Like there is a song that I love. Ebintu byenkugamba obibuusa socho.
Oh wow.
Tomanye baby chendi ndi kushoto mama kulaba mu bifaananyi olusi mu biroto ndotangani nawe tuli mu lyato mama ogamba nti nkulinda nkera babukyekera tenkulinda nkerera. Okay, guys,
You can sing.
I love music. I love singing.
Oh, wow.
I just
You have a beautiful voice.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. She loves music. She loves Ugandan songs. I sing Ugandan songs. We are literally
A team.
yeah. We are best friends from now. I
sure.
have met so many. I have met so many good people, and what another reason I would be coming back to Kenya, and I'm saying it now like as if I'm joking, but I'm definitely going to come back to Kenya.
You're welcome.
You know, even before coming, I had called my friend, I remember, and I said, no, let's plan a vacation. In that moment I said that, I didn't have any papers. I did not have any papers. I didn't even have a way of getting to Kenya, to anywhere, because I could not afford it. And she tells me that, you know, why are you planning something? You're planning vacations and you have nothing. Yes. And I'm like, I just want to plan it.
Okay.
I made my plans. It was as if we were joking. She was laughing at me.
Yes.
And today we are here.
She's here.
And we are here.
Yes.
So
yeah, where there's a will, there's a way.
yes. And
manifest.
usually I am I'm a person who believes in God, and in God we trust.
In God we trust.
Always remember that
Yes.
He makes things. He literally gets a way for something to happen.
Yes.
And I
For
also
sure.
cannot even explain how I am here.
I also thought about, you see, there was a friend, okay, no, this story is not going to, there's a friend of mine who's hosting a Zambian musician.
Yes.
And I was like, bring her, let me do a show with her,
Yes.
we can talk, but again, her schedule was so tight, she wasn't able to make it. But here I am, also with a Ugandan, doing content.
Yeah.
I'll share this. Verified.
This is very nice, really,
Yes,
guys.
yes.
I also got a call and they're like, come to Kenya. And I'm like, who is going to be paying for that? I cannot afford it. And then they're like, we will cater for it.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow.
And
God is good.
it warmed my heart. And I'm very grateful. So guys, this is Kenya. I hope that you have enjoyed the show. I hope, in fact, let's call it a show, not a video. You have enjoyed the show.
Yes.
This is Kana's talk show, and I hope that you have a blessed day. I was here with my beautiful Kenyan friend, Imelda. I'm bad with names. So guys, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every single time we will be posting, you will get more videos. And do not, seriously, wait for more videos, because I'm still in Kenya and more is to come. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.